Number 89 in the Masters of Cinema collection is Boomerang from 1947, directed by Elia Kazan, and this was one of those movies that, since I'm in lockdown, I'm just pulling movies out of my collection, throwing them on, and I didn't really know a thing about this one, and it is a wonderful noir movie that really had me guessing as to where the story was going to go, how it was going to unfold. In a blistering opening 20 minutes, we are introduced to this priest who is murdered on a side street. The assailant gets away, and then we are thrown into multiple characters. We follow reporters, detectives, the DA, politicians, all these people affected by this, as there seems to be nobody there that did this murder. There seems to be no clues. Initially, we follow a detective as he is struggling just to put things together to try and catch any kind of break whatsoever. Then we move on to the reporters who are making stories and just constantly berating the detectives for not getting any information, putting untold pressure onto politicians who then feel pressure from their constituents who are putting pressure back onto the detective, and in a rush for all this, they end up picking up a guy. But it doesn't quite fit. He has enough things that kind of point towards him being the murderer, but not enough to say that he definitely did it. And there seems to be enough duality that you could say no, he isn't, or yes, he is. And that's where the real crux of the story comes in. But it takes a while in getting there, and by doing so, it touches so many pertinent themes that it just rings a bell, even nowadays. And then we eventually slip into what is our main character, who's played by Dana Andrews, who is the DA who is looking to prosecute this guy. As we look at it, everybody kind of touches him, the detective, the politicians, his relationship with his wife, the relationship that he has with the law, and how he is going to prosecute this person. And it just takes all these wonderful twists and turns that I just didn't see coming. And even getting to a courtroom scene that I don't want to spoil for you was completely different to any courtroom scene I have ever seen done before. And it was wonderful to see that performance and that idea of somebody arguing both sides of the argument at once. It was a really interesting conceit that I've never seen done in a further, 73 years since this movie was made. It's full of amazing performances and amazing actors. When Lee J. Cobb appears as a detective, I thought, okay, this must be the main character. Like I said, it's blistering pace that's put together. It seems to jump through really multiple characters. It's touching on all these themes that today are still relevant and still happen today, and the kind of way that a story can snowball and the pressures can be put onto people, and they just make snap judgments and calls to get something signed off so that the pressure is relieved from them. And does that balance with their moral judgment? Can they sleep at night knowing that they've not done the job to the best of their ability, but because the pressure is eased, it makes things a little bit easier? Wonderful performances. It's really well staged. I loved the camera movement in this as well, just the way it moves around set pieces and scenes. I love the idea of multiple people in a room talking over each other, which you get a couple of times in this, which I really like. When it's well done, it's just amazing to watch. This was a thrill ride of a movie. I couldn't guess where it was going to go next. I had no idea what was going to happen. I loved the way it all played out. And I especially love the idea of a narrator, the person telling you this story. As it opens up, he introduces everything that's going to happen, he wraps it all up at the end. It's a conceit that's not really used much these days, but I really did enjoy that aspect of the movie. And yes, Boomerang is a wonderful addition to the Masters of Cinema collection, as most of the movies are. I stuck it on knowing nothing, and I was just captivated with everything that happened in front of me. It's these kind of things that make it great to be a film fan and a collector, when you just know that you have masterpieces in your collection. Boomerang's wonderful. Definitely check it out. If you've seen it, I'd love to know your thoughts on the movie. Let me know in the comment box below, and I'll see you next time on Man v Film.